Well, Lewis, you mentioned this issue of raising cows on just grass is more expensive. This is another disturbing story from the food system, the food industry, I guess really we should be calling it. There's a meat additive called ractopamine. It's banned in many places around the world, not in the United States. It is a feed additive used to promote leanness in animals that are raised for meat, and it results in increased muscle fiber size. Now, Russia and China have both banned this in beef. They said it is not fit for human consumption. It is not allowed anywhere in the European Union. 27 other countries have determined that it is safe for human consumption, though. The United States is one of these. If you can Google this, you can find kind of the approved safe limits of residual ractopamine in meats. In the U.S., it is 0.25 parts per million in muscle, 0.75 parts per million in liver, and 1.5 parts per million in kidney. It is used in 80% of U.S. pig and cattle operations. According to Alternet, recently the Center for Food Safety and Animal League Defense Fund have sued the FDA for withholding records about the safety to humans of ractopamine. According to the lawsuit, they were able to get 100 pages out of the, or I'm sorry, no, they were able to get 400 pages out of 100,000 pages about safety to humans. And that required a Freedom of Information Act request. It was not information the FDA was willing to divulge proactively, for sure. This, Lewis, to me, is a huge problem because when you start questioning this, you will hear two stories from big food. Number one is, well, it is safe in small doses. It actually has been determined to be safe, even though we actually don't really know that much about that because the FDA won't really tell us. But number two, they will argue, this is green because if we don't use this, right, it actually increases the amount of space and number of cows and amount of time that they need to be around to produce the same amount of meat. In other words, we're using more resources. They're grazing longer. They are hanging around longer. We need many more cows to be processed. So the green thing is to use these products to make each cow give us more beef, which to me is a crazy way to be thinking about it.
Yeah, I mean the green thing is to just not be eating cows, right?
Right. So really what then that they're actually making that argument, which is, so much, there's such a carbon footprint for each cow that the difference that ractopamine makes doesn't drastically change the entire system. And maybe it's just not sustainable, which we've talked about. This is tough. I mean, the once again, the Food and Drug Administration seems to be protecting the producers more than the consumers, even if it isn't 100% the case. It's yet another case where it seems that way. When it's an organization, Lewis, that when we look at it, we should be able to say, it really seems like they're protecting us, not big food.
Yeah, it's rare that it seems like they're protecting us. I don't know. It's like they're trying to find this balance, but it's an unfair balance.
No question about it.